If you haven't done that, then you really need to. Guys, please get 120 to 150 grams of protein. Then, if you hit that stall, that's when you need to throw in the calorie counting. But until you hit the stall, get the protein, get your listening to your brain and listening to your stomach. And then that's important. I also like to get the collagen in because the collagen is going to help. This is a slow, steady, consistent L. If you're doing a fast L, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get the Ozempic face. You're going to have the saggy. You're going to lose your muscle. You're not going to feel good about this. And it's hard to sustain it. We're going for that lifestyle change that's a forever change. So I'm going to turn this for a second. Oh, actually, I can just show you the picture. So this is me, and then there's a picture of me in the background. So I live this journey with you guys every single day. I've done it slow, steady, consistent. Because when you do it slow, steady, consistent, it's forever. So that is what our goal is. Great, fantastic. If you have had that quick, that's okay. But you will have stalls. You will have periods of when you just hit this wall, and that's okay too. But just remember that you need to get the protein. You need to listen to the brain. If you get the protein and you're listening to your brain, you're going to feel so much better. You have to get a good, healthy multivitamin. You need to make sure your bowels are moving every single day. Okay, that's so super important. And I just posted a like a text video what I recommend for your bowel regimen. So I just put that up this morning, probably like within the last hour, of what I recommend every single one of my patients do for their bowels. And the stuff that I put in there is in my shop on TikTok. So if you go in there, you can find it in there. The only thing that's not in TikTok is the Metamucil gummies and Miralax. But the other things are in there, and you can purchase those, and they're fantastic. Did you lower your dose once you reached your goal? I did not, but I've done S and T twice. I'm currently on T, but I have more side effects on T, which is odd because most people say they don't, but I do. I have more nausea on it. I can't get past 10 milligrams. So me, I'm a little bit different because I tend to have more stomach issues and more bowel issues. So mine is a little bit different than most people, but I am stuck at 10 milligrams. I am a yo-yoer, have been my whole life. Most people can go down and then we microdose them. I can't. I will probably, when I was on S, I was on the highest dose and had been for like 2 years, and I was doing phenomenal on it. But we do a lot of microdosing here, and it's fantastic. So when you start, or when your injection day, I highly recommend the day before you eat no fried fatty foods, you eat no simple carbs. Simple carbs should be out of your life in general, period. Because simple carbs are going to cause indigestion, belching, nausea. They put us in the predicament in the first place. You know, they made us G in the first place. So try to get rid of simple carbs in general. So you don't want those the day before, the day of, and 2 days after. Simple carbs are going to cause you to feel ugh. So really try to stay away from the simple carbs. Make sure you're staying very well hydrated. Make sure you're getting your protein. Protein shakes are a must because it's hard to get that protein. So you can do protein waters, you can do protein shakes, you can do anything like that to really help you. So what you want to make sure is shot day. Make sure you're always getting your fiber, make sure you're staying well hydrated. All of those things are super, super important, guys. So that is what I highly recommend that you do. Thank you, everybody, for following me. Thank you, everybody, for sharing my live. I really, really do appreciate it. So what I do is I just sit on here answering your guys' questions, which is phenomenal. I'm so grateful that you're all here. And I really do appreciate everything that you are doing for me by sharing this live and following me as well. Okay. All right. It jumped down to the bottom, so I had to get caught back up to where we were. Can you take every 2 weeks versus every week? Yes, only the lower to bottom doses of each. I would not take dose 3 or above. You risk getting sick unless you speak to your provider and have them help figure out what you're doing. Then if they feel or you feel with them, talking with them, what works best, yes. So when you're trying to figure out what's your proper microdosing, what you do is you decrease your dose down and then you figure out what's the proper one to keep your hunger at bay. Then you start stretching out to like 10 days, every 10 days, every 14 days. But you also have to keep in mind that if the dose is too high, you can increase your risk for nausea and vomiting. So you really want to be careful with that. So how can you break the stall? Almost everybody is going to hit it at one point or another. Usually what you have to do is you have to change up what you're doing. So when you hit that stall, I created for the stall Recrea Burn. And what Recrea Burn is, let me grab one back here. So what Recrea Burn is this. Okay, do not go to my shop and purchase this, because when I lost my main account that I had almost 49,000 followers, we lost our access to our consumer account. So do not purchase this on my shop. DM me and we can get you set up. But so that is the only way that you can get this, or go to my bio. So we can go to my DM. Okay, do not purchase it in my TikTok shop. So this is a metabolism booster. It's a 3 little F word burner, and it is also an energy support. And what is this? So what we found is this: when you hit that stall, you have to change up your calories. Never anybody should ever be under 1,200 calories. When you go under 1,200 calories, what you're actually doing is you're putting your body into a state of starvation. The only time you should ever do that is if you are working specifically with a provider that knows the heck what they're doing. Because yes, you can, but it should only be for a short period of time. And then if you're doing too few calories and you're working out, you're going to set yourself up for some issues as well. So what we need to do is look at your calories, look at your protein, look at your activity level. How much are you burning? Where is your BMI at? Because if your BMI gets in that 24.9 to 29, it starts to get very difficult to have your L. If you're in that 30 plus, you should still be able to lose 1 to 3 a week, or 3 to 5 a week for guys. Women are 1 to 3. But when you get in that 24.9 to 29, now it gets to be more difficult. So now we really have to start getting strict. We have to look at the calories. Women should usually be 13 to 1400. And now I don't tend to add in calories for exercise. Surprisingly, I don't. So, guys are typically 16 to 1800. I don't add in those extra calories for exercise unless somebody hits a stall and they're exercising, and then I might actually look at that, and then we might do something different. But I don't tend to do that. So I have looked at thousands and thousands of body analysis, thousands of them. I've looked at them for 20-year-olds up to 80-year-olds. And most of the time, per muscle mass and everything like that, all of the analyses that I've done, most of the time, women need 13 to 1400 calories, guys need 16 to 1800. Now, there are some that are varied in there, because I always have people say, oh, no, that's not right. But it usually is. So I can tell you that typically, yes, you need that. So it's 2,500. So typically that is what you need. So what you guys just need to do is get on a body analysis scale to figure that out, and that will help you. Okay. I love peptides. Absolutely love them. My favorites are Samorelin, which is one of the best ones now. And again, a lot of the peptides aren't FDA approved. So when you're looking at peptides, you need to really be careful where you're getting them from. I, as a licensed provider, can only prescribe what the FDA and the Ohio Board of Nursing and whatever license that I have can prescribe what I'm allowed to prescribe, because I don't want to lose my license. So I have to be very, very careful. So I can't just prescribe whatever is out there. Okay. So I have to be very, very careful. All right, hang on a second. I just got in trouble, so let me get out of trouble. Okay, I had to appeal that guy. Sorry. I just got in trouble. I think I know why I'm getting in trouble now. All right. So we're talking about GLPs. We're talking about all the GLPs. Thank you everybody for following me. I really, really do appreciate that. I need all of you right now to please share this because I did just get in trouble and I probably won't get my appeal. So if all of you could please share, that's really going to help me because I got in trouble for telling you guys to DM me for Recrea Burn. I would imagine that's the issue. So thank you so very much, everybody, for being on here. I really do appreciate it. Yep, the numbers are dropping. So if you guys could please share, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it because TikTok's going to stop pushing it. And when that happens, the numbers drop significantly, and I need you guys to help me. So thank you everybody for doing that. I really do appreciate it. It just dropped 50 followers or 50 people and it's still dropping. So you gotta love TikTok. Okay, T specifically Z has been shown and it's actually on the commercial. God, that's so aggravating. So T specifically Z, if you watch the commercial, it specifically has the side effect of anxiety. So the way around it is making sure that you talk to your provider, and then your provider is going to have to medicate you properly. And the other thing is making sure that you are taking a good B vitamin complex because that is going to help with that anxiety as well. That is really the only way around that, or trying S, because S doesn't have that side effect as much as T and Z do. So that's the other way around it. So gastroparesis, if you have gastroparesis, it depends on the degree of it and the medications that you're on for it. Can you take these? Depends. You have to work specifically with a provider. Typically, no. Typically, no, you can't have them. All right. Oh, Jesus. Veronica doesn't know how to write a check, guys. All right. So, oh, wow. Somebody's been on the pill, on the W pill for 3 weeks, and they're already down. That's fantastic. I'm actually starting to put a couple patients on that, and we're kind of from what I understand, the first 3 months it's very slow go, and we haven't really seen a whole lot yet. So I'm glad to hear that, Tina, you are having some results with it because a lot of people aren't yet. So that's really exciting. So I'm glad to see that. So the tracker that I like for food, the app that I like is LifeSum, LIFESUM. It is, use the free version. And it's a really good one, and I really do like it, and I would recommend using that one. So if you want to try that, that would be the one that I suggest because it really does work. I've been on a stall, eating well, exercising is so frustrating. So again, if you hit the stall, this is something that I would recommend. DM me. It is a Recrea Burn. It's a metabolism booster. It is for energy. And it has vitamin D, it has vitamin C, it has immunity support as well. Then it also can help break that stall. That is why I created it. It's been evaluated by the FDA. It is a white label. So basically what I did is I took Lipomino C and Lipo Burn. I combined them together to create this. So what this does is it actually will help boost your metabolism, and it's going to help you start burning off that extra 3-letter F word that we're not allowed to say. So if you are wanting to try these medications, please reach out. You can DM me, and I can definitely help you with that. On MJ for diabetes. So if you're not hungry at all, what we highly recommend is that you drink your protein and make sure, especially if you're diabetic, that you are absolutely 100% getting your protein, because protein is essential. You have to get that protein. So what you need to do is make sure that you're getting your protein. So when you get that protein, it is going to help boost you and keep you healthy. And you really want to make sure that you are getting it. Then the other thing is decrease your dose, because it's hard, Tilly, because when you're on these for diabetes, I'm assuming your insurance is paying for it. And when the insurance is paying for it, a lot of times they won't let you adjust that dose. But talk to your doctor and let your doctor know that you're not hungry at all, because that's not good. You have to eat. And what that's going to start doing is, if you're a diabetic, it's going to start messing with your blood sugars. So you really, really need to decrease your dose. And it's important that you talk to your doctor, because that dose needs to go down in order for you to be able to eat. And you need to make sure that you're getting your protein. So drink your protein. So Nikki said she just started her journey. Welcome to the family. Watch my pinned video. That is really going to help you. So Jennifer was really successful on tea. I can't read how much you lost, but that's fantastic. Got off for a few months when her mother passed, which is terrible. I'm so sorry. And I can't see. Okay, so she got back on and now has hit a stall. So when you go back on, you have to remember, make sure that you are getting your protein. Watch your calories. Make sure you're listening to your brain. And then you may have to throw in a metabolism booster. You may have to get to a different dose. So there's things that you may need to do in order to get back on track. It will happen. It will get there. It's just that you might have to fight a little bit harder, which I've seen in many people. So it will happen. Just, count the calories, count the protein, make sure that you're getting, your collagen, make sure your bowels are moving every day, make sure that you're taking your fiber, all of that stuff. I like creatine. I think creatine's fine. You only need it when you're working out. You don't need it for like a daily thing. I would definitely just do it when you're working out. So you can definitely do that. Good morning, Donna. It's good to see you. Okay. Untroubled. So if you are looking for somewhere, we can definitely help you. So just reach out to us, DM, and we can definitely help you at all. RS is $269 a month. We just dropped the prices. RT starts out at $369 and goes up to $419. So we can definitely help you with that. Do you have to take this for the rest of your life? Some people do. I personally want to. I love the way that it has changed my life. I no longer have the brain fog. I no longer have issues with just constantly obsessed with and thinking about food. And there are people, though, that are very successful in weaning off and having a great time, but always wean off. If you have the opportunity, please wean off, because if you don't wean off, oh my goodness gracious, it is absolutely terrible. Could all of you please share my live and follow me? I would really appreciate it. I see a lot of you following me, which is fantastic. And thank you everybody who has shared. So when I got in trouble, I was up in the 150s and now I'm down to 48. Thank you, TikTok. Just let it, you gotta love it. Oh my gosh. Please don't start on 7.5. Semaglutide does not go up to 7.5. That is a really high dose. Somebody else was telling me that earlier today. I don't know where this is coming from. Wendy, can you please DM me? I have some extra questions that I want to ask off of this, because I had somebody else telling me this and I'm wondering where you guys are seeing this, because it is not supposed to go that high. And I don't know why it's doing that, or who's doing that, because it's very scary. And so I'm very concerned about where that's coming from, because I need to find out. Oh, great. User bunch of numbers is just a naysayer. The blindness is only been seen in people with diabetic retinopathy, and that is very rare. And then the only cancer was found in rats that were overdosed, and that was medullary thyroid cancer. They actually have not had any human cases from it at all. This we have seen research showing improvement in the heart, in the blood vessels, in the liver, in the kidneys. The obesity related issues are way worse than what these medications are actually doing. What do you think about compound GLP? Because my insurance has stopped covering. That's all I've ever done is compound. I've done them for 4+ years now. I love the compound. I think the compound is amazing. I actually like it better. I've had more people that have reported issues with name brand versus compound because name brand has more preservatives in it than what compound does. So I really do like the compound a lot better. I was plateaued, then dropped. Yeah. I did the same thing. I was plateaued for 2 years, but it was something I hadn't. I was at a W that I hadn't been at in many years, so I was okay with it. And then all of a sudden, my body's like, "Oh, okay, let's do some more." So it dropped a little bit more, and I was like, "Cool with it." So that is what happens. So as long as you trust the process and you stay consistent with what you're doing, it will happen. And then, you may just have to change it up a little bit. So you just have to continue what you're doing and live that healthy lifestyle, and things will happen. So it's completely normal. So you just have to stay the course. So, just remember that, and it will definitely happen. Just stay the course. So skin reaction. So a lot of times, at least what I have found, skin reaction is coming from what it's mixed with. Most of the time, what I've seen is the B12, but it can be whatever other medication is in there. So just talk to your provider. So if you have ulcerative colitis, it can help with the inflammation, and a lot of times when you have that, you have diarrhea. So it can slow down the amount of diarrhea that you have, but always talk to your provider and make sure that your provider is aware and they can help you with that as well. Is tea with added B6 less potent? No. These can have B12, B6. I've seen B3, glycine. There used to be L-carotene, but that's not so much available as it used to be. So they aren't less potent. They're usually the same potency. They just have different things added in there. So if it doesn't have anything like that, it's going to have bacteriostatic water in it. And so it's okay. I've been the pill month and a half having any L. I have heard that the pill, you might not have any L until 3 months. So that is not unusual. That is something that can happen. So just remember, when you're on the pill, it is a very, very slow, and you might not have it until you get to that 4th month because you're titrating up, and that titration up is going to give you that very slow L. So just remember that. Microdose O landed me in the hospital with heart racing, insomnia, and anxiety. I actually haven't heard so much of that with S as I have heard with T, but I have heard of that more with name brand versus compounded. And again, I think it's happening more because of the preservatives. It's very odd to me. It's really crazy. What can I take? I get horrible insomnia after shot day. So what I would recommend is taking it in the very early morning. What is it mixed with is my next question. Talk to your provider, because if it's mixed with something, I don't know if you're on name brand, I don't know if you're on compound, I don't know what it's mixed with, because that can also be what's causing it. If you have no thyroid, it depends on why your thyroid was removed. The only reason you can't take this is if it was thyroid medullary cancer. That's the only reason why. So if you have no thyroid, yes, you can take this. But if you had thyroid medullary cancer, no, you cannot take this. That's the only reason why you can't. Stall for 6 months until I went and bought a natural thyroid vitamin, and weight started to come out. Absolutely. If you are on a stall and you've tried the protein, you've changed your calories, you're doing activity levels, you've got other things that you've done, and you can always try an iodine, but you can go get your blood levels checked. We do that in all 50 states. It's $125. I do almost $1,000 lab panel. I check your energy vitamins. I check your thyroid for thyroid tests, your hormones. We check all of those things for $125, and then I optimize them, and then we naturally can correct them. So those are things that you really need to do, because a lot of times it is the thyroid. So, we can definitely take care of that. And plus your hormones. I can't prescribe hormones in all states, but I can definitely guide you in the correct direction. So we can help you with your T and your S. We ship to all 50 states. Yes, take collagen. I personally like Nutrafol, and Nutrafol is a really good collagen. I take it every single day in my protein shake, and I highly, highly recommend it. So it is a really, really good. Nutrafol is one of my favorites. And then if you are losing your hair, then I highly recommend Nutrafol hair vitamins. It has a DHT blocker in it. But any of the hair vitamins that you want to take, make sure it has DHT blocker in it. Now, there is a vitamin hair, it's a hair and beauty and energy vitamin that's in my shop. I actually take that every day as well. I highly recommend that one also. So it's just a multivitamin with hair in it as well. Good morning, Tammy. It's good to see you. Um, I don't I'm not sure about OMAD, chicken broth for it. I don't know about OMAD, but yeah, chicken broth. That's fine. Uh, so when you're microdosing, I suggest that you slowly decrease it down. So you can go to 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, however you feel, because everybody is so different. It's what you're trying to do is figure out where you're going to be comfortable to where you aren't having those hunger and cravings. That's what you're trying to do. Because if you get to that 10 days and if you get to 8 days and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm starving to death, then you need to do your injection. But if you get to 9 days and you're like, okay, I feel great, then try to go to 10 days and see how you feel. But if you get to 9 days and you're starving to death, then take the injection. If you get to 10 days and you're like, okay, I feel good, then take your injection. So you're trying to get to that 14 days, but it depends on how you feel because you're really just trying to get that figured out. So that is what's the goal is with that. I love that I'm 24 potatoes down. That's awesome. I like the potatoes. That's a good way to say it so that we don't get in trouble in here. Want to switch day from Friday to Monday. So you could go, okay, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You could just skip and go straight to Monday. That way, that's the easiest way to do it. Or you could just do next Saturday and then next Sunday and then Monday. That you could do it that way also. Okay. A woman should be getting at least 100 grams of protein a day. Guys should be 120 to 150. If you know how many pounds of muscle you have, it's 1 gram of protein for each pound of muscle. Okay, so let me go back down here. I like that potatoes. Thank you. I'm gonna have to steal that one. How many potatoes? I like that. Um, oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta get rid of somebody. Hold on a second. I already did it. Well, you aren't playing. You're in there not paying attention. Veronica wasn't paying attention, so I had to get them. Does MJ for type 2 diabetes also help with autoimmune MCTD? I don't know what MCTD is, but if it's autoimmune, a lot of times people are telling me, yes, they do have a benefit of it, of relief. But the thing is, there's not a ton of research on that yet. We aren't really seeing a lot of like research studies for autoimmune diseases or, anti-inflammatory or anything like that. But on this platform specifically, I have actually heard and seen a lot of people telling me yes. And that's what's so cool about being on this platform. That's why I hate that I get in trouble so often, and I hate that I lost my other account, because when I lost that other account, I really had so many people that were available to really give me so much information. Mixed connective tissue disease. Thank you, Crystal. So, like I said, there's not a ton of research out there that's showing it, but there are a lot of people that really do give and say yes. They have a lot of, relief from these kinds of things. And I wish I didn't keep getting in trouble. because me getting in trouble just is like crazy because I'm not doing anything bad, but yeah, it's just, it is what it is. So it's insane, but whatever, you know. Um, yeah, somebody's watching me. So I know you guys, can you guys see when there's these AI summaries? Do you see these AI summaries, Veronica? Do you see these AI summaries in the feeds? What? Huh? You do? Okay. I was curious because this is something new that I've seen just here recently is these AI summaries. And yeah, so AI is constantly watching. It's insane. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really weird. Okay, so we haven't talked about bowels yet. So let's talk about bowels. So I just posted a video. It's actually a text video because for some reason on my new page, those are going like crazy. I don't know why. I keep having them pop up and it's super weird. I love watching your lives. I always get great info. I wish they wouldn't censor what you say. I know it's crazy. So I can't say this, but actually I don't even know how to say it because I'll get in trouble. Um, my I can't say it. I don't even know. Veronica, can you even text it? The other thing that I'm doing. Well, the other thing that I'm working on that I'm growing, I can't say it at all. Maybe she could put it in there. But anyways, I'm I'm trying to um I'm new here. You have offered more information than anyone I've come across. Thank you so much. Yes, that Veronica. So Veronica just posted it. So if you guys can go over and do that, that would be great. But that is because I'm a medical professional and I'm actually getting listed as that. So if you want uncensored Angela, then there you go. But let's talk about bowels, okay? Because that is like one of the most important things. But I did just post a video today. It's a text thing, and bowels are like so important on these medications because if you aren't watching your bowels and going every single day, then you can really, that's what will put you in the hospital. So what I highly recommend is making sure that you're taking fiber every day. I love gummies, so if I can take a gummy in anything, I'm taking a gummy in it. So what I do is I take Metamucil gummies every day. I take them usually after dinner because it's like I always had sweet cravings after dinner, which I don't really anymore, but it was like my thing in the past is after I ate dinner, I always had sugar cravings. But here it comes find out, it was just insulin resistance. So when I had a spike in my sugar, so I was just craving that and that sugar. So I eat my fiber gummies after dinner. Then I also recommend that you take a pre and probiotic. This is the one that I take, and this is actually available in my store. This is called Leaf Air. So this is a pre and probiotic, but it also has female health in it as well. So this one is really good. The one that I recommend for the guys, I actually don't have in here, but it is Leaf Air or Zenwise, sorry. Yeah, I don't have it in here, but it is Zenwise, Zenwise, and it is really good also because it has digestive enzymes in it. So if you feel like you have the food sitting in your stomach and not moving through, I really highly recommend that you get digestive enzymes. Then what I also recommend is magnesium complex. This has 10 magnesiums in it, as well as ashwagandha, L-theanine, and zinc. So vitamin D also. So you take this at bedtime. It's a gummy. All three of what I just showed you are gummies. So this one is at bedtime. This is phenomenal as well. So if you do all three of those, I used to have to take the fiber and Miralax every single day. And then what I did is I switched to Metamucil, Leaf Air, and these. And then I didn't need Miralax every day. Now I need Miralax maybe like 2-3 times a week, which is really good for me because I need a Miralax every single day. And it is really good about, you need to have your gut health. Gut health is just so important. When you hit a stall, if you don't have the gut health, then that stall is just gonna stick around even longer. So really try to get that gut health. So those 3 things keep me from needing the Miralax, but I still need it every now and then. So if you're not going every single day, and I have a lot of people say, oh, I've never gone every single day. It is even more important now to make sure that you're going every single day. I had a cholecystectomy. I'm on T. Do I need to do any supplements or watch out for anything while on T? Yes, everything that I just said, I highly recommend. Especially, I would recommend the digestive enzymes instead of these guys. So I would do the ZenWise with the digestive enzymes because that is going to help keep your gut moving better. And the one is you take it one a day and you want to take it with your biggest meal because it's going to help move that food through your gut, which is super important because you don't want that food just sitting in your gut. Because when it just sits there, it's like a rock in your gut, actually. Then you're not hungry. One of them is, somebody said digestive enzymes with every meal. One of them, I think it's the women's one, is with every meal. And then there's one that is just with one meal. So, and you want to take it with your biggest meal. So I would do the one that is actually, let me see here if I can show you. 1 second here. I can't, I'm trying to find it in my store. I don't have it I don't have it available. Okay. So there's, the one that's just ZenWise digestive enzymes is, just with one meal. And that one I would prefer because I don't like to take things more than once a day if I can help it. So you just take it with your meal or right before your meal. And it really does help a lot and it keeps your food just moving through really a lot better. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I can't eat, I'm so full, or I get full really fast, or it feels like the food's sitting in my stomach. That is when you need those digestive enzymes. That is when they just feel like they're just sitting, that food's just sitting in there. The other thing is, don't be afraid to decrease your dose because a lot of times a lot of providers will just increase. We don't just increase. We dose per each individual, which is a really good way to do it. I actually have had people tell me their insurances have threatened to kick them off because they won't increase dose. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Why does the insurance get to tell you or me how to take care of you? I mean, I gave up insurance like 8 years ago because I was just so tired of them telling me, the provider, how to take care of my patient or telling you how to take care of yourself. It's so ridiculous. But what we need to do is, my job is to make sure that you're healthy and you're doing it the right way. So that is what's important, is for me to make sure that you're dosing properly. So if you need to decrease the dose, do it. It's okay. Have your provider make sure that they're reaching out to your physician or your doctor or your nurse practitioner, your PA, whoever, and make sure that you are getting that decreased dose if you need to. So, our jobs as your provider is to fight for you and make sure that you're getting the right things. So that is really, really, really important. So just always just make sure that, you're fighting for yourself or your provider's fighting for you. So decreasing your dose is an okay thing. And, stay on a lower dose. If you don't have any food noise or you're not having any cravings, then stay on that low dose. If you do have food noise and cravings, make sure you increase your protein first. Then, go up in dose if you need to. But I always, when somebody says, oh, I have food cravings, I have food noise, then I'll say, okay, well, increase your protein, or how much protein are you on? Because women need 100 grams a day. Guys need 120 to 150. Then are you at that? And then if you are, okay, then let's increase your dose. Because the other thing that I've noticed a lot of people will do, they're not getting enough calories. Of course, your body's going to tell you you're hungry because you're not getting enough calories. So it's important to make sure that you are getting enough calories. So Veronica brought up a good question, a common question. Do you lose more on a higher dose? No, higher dose does not equate more L. So it doesn't, just because you go up doesn't mean you're going to have more L. A lot of times more L a higher dose just means more side effects. So often we just need to educate more so that people understand that you have a responsibility, the patient has a responsibility of making sure you're getting the protein, making sure that you are hydrating, making sure that you are watching the calories at some point. At first, I'm telling you, you have to listen to your brain telling you you're not hungry, you're not craving, and then you have to make sure that you're getting that protein. When you hit that stall, that is when we're going to tell you you have to start getting you have to start getting calories, sorry. Because if you're not, then I think everybody just has this misconception that this is just this wonder medication, that it's just going to do all this great things for you. But we still have to do work. It's not going to just, you're not just going to take it and it's just going to miraculously melt things away. It's not like that. You still have to do the work. So I should still have control of eating, but have no unnecessary cravings. Yes, you still need to control what you're doing. You still have to control what goes in your, I'm just going to say it, pie hole. You have control of what goes in. So say you're one of those fortunate people that don't have any of the side effects, you could still eat whatever you want to eat, and you're not getting nauseous, and you're not throwing up, and you're not getting indigestion. So you could still put in whatever you want to put in. Then yeah, but you don't have the cravings, and you're not having the hunger, but you're not getting any of the side effects. We still have the people that don't L because they aren't getting sick, but they're not watching what they're doing. Then they think it's the medication not doing its job. No, you can't do it that way. You have to watch what you're doing. You still need to change your lifestyle. That's really, really important, to change your lifestyle. No starving. You can't eat your dose. You can't eat. Your dose is too high. What do you mean? No starving. You can't eat. Your dose is too high. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we have a lot of people that will say, I can't eat at all. I'm not hungry at all. I can't get my protein in. I can't drink it. Then your dose is just too high. We have to back down that dose. But then people are like, I want to starve. I want to get all this L off. I want to get all the W off. I want to, I like this. No, you have to get your nutrition. You can't live with no nutrition. So, we do have to back off on that dose, because, we can't have you starving to death. We can't have you in a state of anorexia. We can't have you in a state of starvation. So it is our responsibility as a provider and as the person taking care of you that we are going to take care of you and make sure that you're healthy doing this. Because the goal is to teach you a new lifestyle and have that lifestyle for the rest of your life, not just drop the W and then have you go off of these and then gain it all back. That's not what the goal is. Yeah, you won't L starving, because your body, you might lose initially, but then what's going to happen is your body's going to be like, no, we're not doing this. And then you will stop. You'll hit that stall. And then you're going to be like, oh, what happened? Why am I doing this? Yeah. And then you think it's the medication, or you think it's me because I didn't do something right. So yeah, that's the whole issue, everybody. So that is what's so it's important that I teach you the right way. It's important that we communicate. We are huge on communication in our practice. We have a weekly check-in. We're available to you all the time. So, we are available in all 50 states. So if you are interested, you are more than welcome to check us out. So anytime, anywhere, if you guys want to, come to us, we are available. We have S&T. Be very, very, very careful if you are wanting to try R. It's going to be available this year. It's just coming right now from overseas. I would not use it yet. I would just be very, very careful. All right. So on that note, you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Oh, prices. Yes, I can. S is $269. We have no memberships, no contracts, anything like that. So no cancellation fees as well. We always do a free consultation, so you don't pay anything until you decide to buy. Then our T is $369 for the 2 lower doses, and then once you go to the 3rd dose and up, it's $419. And again, that includes absolutely everything. We are always available to you. So if you are interested, DM or go to my bio. The information is in there as well. And again, it is, you just call us. And you know what? Honestly, a lot of people think that tea is so much better. It is one molecule different. I like the medications that have been out longer. They've been tested. They've been true. They've been there. That's S. S has been out for like 18 years now. T has been out, I think, about 12. So they've both been around for a while, but honestly, I wouldn't just discredit S because it really is truly a great medication. We've had people lose well over 100 and up on S, and it is truly a good medication. So when it comes to pricing, S is fine. It does a great job. So, if you want to talk, just DM, or if you want to go to my bio, the info's there as well. And I am, we can always help with the stall. We have Recrea Burn. DM me if you're interested in this as a metabolism booster. And, we can always help you guys out. I would love to talk with you. If you want more of the raw me, you are more than welcome to DM, and I can definitely help you. I am always available to answer any of your questions. I am trying to go live a couple times a week. I am posting videos. So yeah, check me out. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate it. Got in trouble. I guess that's how I'm rolling these days. All right, thanks guys. Bye.